Hello everyone, this is your subject Practical Research 1, an applied subject for all senior high school. Our topic for today is about research process. It's step by step. We have a photo here. So below, you can see that two people are talking and planning to make a rocket, diba? They had the idea. Then on the next level, they did their planned idea. So, nagtrabaho sila, they work on mechanisms to make on the most out of it a rocket. So, from a planning, they did some work and nakakome up sila ng concrete rocket. So, just like in this photo, we can associate it to research. So, parang tong rocket na ito, a research has to undergo step-by-step procedure. Hindi yung naisip mo lang, then ano na yung next na gagawin. So, we have a step-by-step procedure in doing research. The first step is to identify research problem. Ano ang research problem? Research problems are those that cause unfavorable circumstances in a community or an organization. Further investigation as recommended by previous research studies or gaps in any field of study. So, ang research problem ay makikita mo sa iyong community. Yun yung mga problema sa ating komunidad na kailangan mong bigyan ng solusyon. Paano mo bibigyan ng solusyon ng isang problema? You can do research about it. You can come up with a solution through research. So, ang mga example pa na pwede natin gawing research problem ay yung mga research gaps from previous studies. Yun yung mga hindi natapos sa isang research. And it is being recommended by those previous research to be done. Diba? Yun yung mga nire-recommend na mga naunang mga research studies na kailangang i-study ulit. So those can be your research problems. Naghahanap ka ng problema. That's identifying research problem. So these photos are the example of unfavorable circumstances in our community. The first one is the dropout of students. Increase of dropout. So ngayong new normal of education, we had a lot of dropouts in our schools, diba? So that's an favorable circumstance in our community. Because of virus, madaming namamatay, madaming naapektuhan. So that is an example of unfavorable circumstance in our community. The third one is need work, unemployment, unfavorable circumstances din yan sa ating community. And the last photo is our very serious problem in our community, which is poverty and hunger. So you can solve these problems through conducting a research. So by knowing this, these are research problems. Example of research problem. Again, what is research gap? Research gaps are parts of a study that had not been investigated or those which research result yielded inconsistent finding. So, ang mga research gap ay pwedeng galing sa previous studies that they are recommending to do it or that they are recommending you to do it, and those previous studies na medyo inconsistent yung naging findings. So those are examples of research gap. As you can see in this illustration, a child is jumping from one cliff to another cliff. So this space here is the research gap. We need this. We need to fill the gap between this one. So this is the research gap. A research problem, as they say, is the heart of a good research. Why? Because from a problem, if you do your research very well, you can come up with a good research, di ba? Kapag ang ni-research mo ay isang napakalaking problema sa inyong komunidad and nagawan mo yun ng magandang research, nakagawa ka ng isang good solution to that problem, it is a good research. Sa research problem, nagsisimula ang lahat. Okay? It serves as the researcher's guide throughout the research process and the focus of all the research activities. So this is the most crucial part of doing research. You need to identify your research problem. Most important to kasi dito iikot yung lahat ng gagawin mo sa iyong research. Babalik at babalik ka sa research problem mo in every part of your research paper. An example of a problem is, or a research problem is the impact of COVID-19 pandemic to academic institutions. So ano ba ang naging epekto o ano ang naging impact ng COVID-19 sa mga eskwelahan? So pwedeng problema to, di ba? Kasi nga merong COVID-19 pandemic ngayon. And ano ang naging impact nito sa academic institution? So you can do this or you can make this as your research problem. All about COVID-19 pandemic, you can do that because it is empirical. It is happening right now. It is being done in real life. So how? If you don't have any idea about research problems as in zero knowledge, what will you do? You will do literature review. So what is literature review? You are going to read previous research about your interest. I am interested in COVID-19 pandemic. I will read research about COVID-19 pandemic. Okay? Literature review provides good background information about the problem and enables the researcher to know what has already been studied about. So if you have an interest in mind, like COVID-19, as I've said a while ago, you can do that or that can be your basis in review. So babasahin mo na lahat ng research about COVID-19 pandemic. Then it can widen your idea on what specific research problem are you going to focus on. Okay? So in doing research, you're going to read a lot of research papers. So what is the next step? After identifying research problem, you need to formulate hypotheses and design your study. So previously, for those who have a little background, hypothesis is classified into two, the null and the alternative hypothesis. The null is implying that there is no significant difference or no connection between the first variable and the second variable of your research. And the alternative says that there is a connection or a significant difference between your variable 1 and your variable 2. So we can discuss that later on. Other than hypothesis, you will design your research. So what are the questions you need to answer in designing your research? So the first, we will go back to our first discussion. So the first discussion is you need to identify your problem. So you come up with the problem na. So what is the next step? You need to answer these specific questions because it will be the backbone of your research? How will you design your research? Okay. Number 1 question. From whom will your data come from? Who will be your respondents? If my research problem is the impact of COVID-19 to academic institutions, from whom will my data come from? Sa farmer ba? No, di ba? It can be school administrators, faculty and staff of academic institutions, di ba? Students, pwede din. So, the first question is, from whom will your data come from? Who will be your participants in your study, in your research? Number 2, where are you going to collect your data? So from my previous example, the impact of COVID-19 pandemic to academic institutions, where? Anong or saang academic institutions ko kukunin yung mga participants ko? So I need to identify. Will it be on Mindanao? Or sa Visayas ba? Sa Manila ba? Or dito sa Isabela? So you need to identify where. The first question is who? Sino mga participants mo? Number 2 is taga saan yung mga participants mo or where? Third question, when and until when do you plan to gather your data? So, kailan ko i-gather yung data ko? Kailan ko i-conduct yung study ko? So, it pertains to time. It can be date, span of dates, like span of from January to February 2021 or 2022, pwede ding school year. So, school year is when, okay? How are you going to facilitate the whole research activity? So, in answering how are you going to facilitate the whole research activity, what is the instrumentation that you're going to use? Are you going to use survey questionnaire, interview? Are you going to collect a specific form from an agency? And you're going to analyze the data collected from that? So how? So you need to answer these questions to design your research paper. Or in order for you to design your research. Okay? So these are my examples. So HO means the null hypothesis. There is no significant impact of COVID-19 pandemic to the academic institutions. HA, alternative hypothesis. There is a significant impact of COVID-19 pandemic to academic institutions. The third step in doing your research process is collecting of and organizing data. Data collection is the process of gathering information by means of a defined method in order to support the hypothesis. Data could be anything that is used to represent facts and values, or anything that may represent a characteristic of something that is being measured. So data collection. So in doing a research, you're going to collect data. So what are the possible data that you're going to get? It can be government reports, sales reports, financial reports, pwedeng mga answered na through questionnaire, survey, polls, and many other. Pwedeng questionnaire sa internet, pwedeng paper-based. So data collection is primarily the answers of your respondents. Yun. So from those answers, you need to organize those data. So the answers of your respondents or the needed data or information you will use in your research is called data, okay? Information is equal to data. So those data should be properly organized. Pwede mo siyang ilagay sa line sa graph, sa pie, sa bar, anything that you want that can represent or that can be interpreted well. Because the next step is you need to analyze your data and test your hypotheses. So from the organization of data, you need to analyze it. So the next step is the analyzing of data and testing hypotheses. So from organization of data, you need to analyze it na. How will you interpret this one? Ano ang dinedepict niya? Ano ang sinasabi niya? Na mas madami ba ang dropout ngayong taon na to because of COVID-19? Ano ang mga naging epekto ng COVID-19 sa pandemic? Mga ganon. So, from organizing your data, you need to analyze it. Ano yung pinoportray ng organized data mo? And from analyzing the data, you will come up if you are going to accept or reject your given hypothesis. So you analyze already, no? You're going to interpret it na and present the data in a manner of understandable to the readers. So maintindihan ba ng reader mo kapag ganito mo lang present ang gathered data mo and you didn't interpret it in words, di ba? Hindi. So from that step, which is interpreting data, you're going to write a small or a little description below your graph and charts and tables para understandable sa readers mo ang iyong presented data. Interpretation of data against an established theory may be desirable. If you are going to rely your research to a theoretical or to a theory, which is you depicted it in your theoretical framework, you can do so. Yung kinoconnect mo na, yung gathered data mo, you interpreted it in an existing theory. Pwede yun. And lastly, you need to report your results because that is the purpose of research. You need to disseminate the information gathered from your research. Reporting or communicating research results for public information is essential kasi walang sense na gumawa ka ng research mo pag hindi mo naman share yun sa buong mundo, di ba? Or sa community nyo. With this, the results may be used by stakeholders for their own benefit, a responsibility needed to be internalized by researcher. So, from the result of your study, kapag tapos mo na siya, pwede siyang maging guide ng mga stakeholders, ng community members, or leaders kung paano isosolve ang problem. So this is the summary of our discussion for today. The first step that you need to do is identify your research problem. The second one is you need to formulate hypotheses and design your study by answering those questions. Who, where, when, how. And after that, you need to collect and organize your data, analyze and test your hypothesis. You need to interpret your data collected, and you need to report the results of your study. So that's the simplest way of explaining the research process to all of you. Thank you very much for watching.